Hey, what's up, YouTube? And what's up, Silver Jackify? My name's Chris, and this is my channel, Burley Cardboard. And this is actually my first ever video on my channel, and it's going to be a video entry into Silver Jackify's epic giveaway. Silver Jackify asked us to choose 5 cards or more that are our favorite cards on our collection that are under $50. So I've chosen 6 cards for my list, and these aren't necessarily obviously my favorite cards in my collection because they need to be under $50, but these are 6 cards that I think are awesome and have a good story and have meaning to me. So let's go ahead and get started with number 6 on my list. Number 6 on my list is this 2013 Topps Mike Trout card. Mike Trout is my favorite player and obviously my favorite player to collect. And this is a card that I've always just thought is awesome. It's been one of my favorite cards of Mike Trout. And the reason that this card is one of my favorites is because of the picture on the card. I just think this picture is awesome. I like how fired up Mike Trout is in this picture. And just looking at this card, kind of gets me fired up. So it's always been one of my favorite cards of Mike Trout, and I wanted to make sure that I had a Mike Trout card on my list. So this one's it at number 6. Moving on to number 5 is a 2007 Upper Deck Josh Hamilton rookie card. So this isn't necessarily one of my favorite cards in my collection, but it's one of my favorite memories. So back in 2007, I remember buying a ton of Upper Deck and a ton of product in general, a ton of packs, a ton of boxes. I was just chasing a lot of the rookies in 2007, and so it was kind of a year where I bought a ton of cards, and it's just a good memory for me. 2007 had obviously the Josh Hamilton rookie card, but it also had Tim Lincecum rookie cards that you could chase, and then Alex Gordon rookie cards that you could chase as well. And Josh Hamilton and Alex Gordon were a couple of my favorite players to collect, and have been a couple of my favorite players over the years. I read this Josh Hamilton story in ESPN the magazine when he was out of baseball, and it's just an amazing story, and I would encourage anybody that hasn't read his story to go out and check it out. It's a pretty crazy story, but I read his story, and I remember thinking that I hoped that he got back to the major leagues. And so when I found out that he had been taken in the Rule 5 draft, I was super excited, and so I collected a bunch of his cards back in 2007 and onward. He was one of my favorite players to collect. So I think this card's awesome. And then back in 2007, we went to spring training, and it was awesome. I recommend anybody that hasn't been to spring training, you should go. It's amazing. You're basically sitting in the stands, and it feels like you're kind of at a high school baseball game because of how close you're sitting to the players and everything, except they're not high school players. They're obviously these MLB superstars. And so we went to spring training and got a lot of autographs. And one of the biggest autographs that we got for spring training was Alex Gordon. And so, I chased Alex Gordon a lot. I bought a ton of his rookie cards and opened up a ton of packs back in 2007. So I chose this 2007 Upper Deck Josh Hamilton just because of the great memories that I had in opening a lot of product and opening a lot of packs back in 2007. So let's move on to number 4. So number 4 is this 1998 Topps Mystery Finest Nomar Garciaparra. And Nomar Garciaparra was my favorite player back when I was a teenager, and I into my 20s. I was a really big fan of Nomar, and loved to watch him play. And this is actually a card that I pulled out of a pack back in 1998. And so the reason that this one makes the list is it was such a cool experience to pull this card. I don't know if anybody has pulled a Mystery Finest card, but they were super unique because when you pulled this card out of a pack, it basically had a black covering over the front of the card, and so you couldn't see what the card looked like, so you pulled the card out of the pack and you could see the back. So I could tell that it was a Nomar card. So I thought, I was obviously super excited, hitting a Nomar Garcia Parra card, and but it was just a really cool experience to pull a mystery finest. So then, you peel back the black covering on the card to reveal the card, and I think this card's awesome looking as well. So it's a card that has a lot of meaning to me because I pulled this card when he was one of my favorites, and because it was just such a cool experience to pull a mystery finest card out of 1998 Topps. So that's why this one is number 4 on my list. And also, as kind of just this isn't on my list, but this is honorary mention for Nomar. Here's another Nomar card, and this is actually the first ever relic card that I ever owned, and so that's why I kind of wanted to have a honorable mention here. I actually bought this Nomar card from a card shop, and I was super excited, like I said, because it was my first ever relic card that I owned. But after I bought it, I found this. It has like a slight wrinkle right here, which I'm sure you can't see in the video. But it has a slight wrinkle right there, which bugged me after I bought it. But I still think this card's awesome and has a ton of meaning to me because it was the first relic card that I ever owned. So number 3 on my list is the 1989 Fleer Bill Ripken FF error card. This is obviously just one of the coolest cards ever, and Silver Jackify's done a video on different error cards, and this obviously made the list. But it's just an epic card. It's a card that just about everybody knows, and I bought this card a few years back at a card show here in my town, and I bought this one. It has a couple other variations. So this is the FF error. Here's the FF error, but it's with the black scribbled out there on the bat knob, and then here's the FF error, but it has the black box covering it. And so I bought these cards all at the same show, just because I didn't own one, and I really wanted to own one. But also something that added to this memory is my dad went to this card show with me, and so I had bought these cards, and along with some other ones. And when we were getting ready to leave, we were heading out to the car, and so I was showing my dad the cards that I had bought at the card show, and so I showed him this card, and I said, "Hey, I got this one. Do you notice anything weird about this card?" And he looked at it for a while, and he was like, I don't really see anything. Obviously, it's Cal Ripken Jr.'s brother, and so he was looking, and he's like, "Oh, there's something written on the bat knob, but I can't really tell what it says." So he looked at it for a while, and so then I had to tell him what it said, and I kind of told him the story behind it, and so my dad was just kind of cracked up at that story because he hadn't heard it before. So that was a cool memory, and it's a cool story, how this card came about, and it's just a cool card. So this one is number 3 on my list. Let's move on to number 2 on my list. Number 2 on my list is this Bowman Chrome Bryce Harper. This is the card that came out of the 2011 value boxes. So if anybody was collecting back in 2011, you probably know this card. And this isn't necessarily one of my favorite cards in my collection or anything, but this card has a lot of meaning to me because I bought a ton of the 2011 Topps value boxes back in 2011. So it's just a good memory. I wasn't buying a ton of the 2011 Topps value boxes because of the Mike Trout rookie, because I didn't know that Mike Trout was going to be Mike Trout at that point. But I was just buying a bunch of those value boxes because I felt like it was a good value because you got some hobby Bowman Chrome packs in there. So I was chasing the Bryce Harper autograph out of the 2011 Bowman Chrome, and then on top of that, you got a Topps Diamond giveaway code card in every value box, and then you also had a good chance to pull some out of the 2011 Topps update packs that were in the box. And so I bought a ton of these. I was really into the Diamond giveaway program, and basically if you weren't collecting back in 2011, 2011 was the 50th anniversary of Topps, and so they did this Diamond giveaway, and so in the packs you could get a Diamond giveaway card that had a code on it, and you would take that code and you go and enter it into the Diamond giveaway site online, and it would unlock a random card, and it could be any card in Topps's history. So anywhere from a 52 Topps all the way to a 2010 Topps. And so it was a really cool program. There were also 101 2011 Topps update cards that you could get that had a piece of actual diamond in them. You could unlock those with one of the Diamond giveaway codes. And then they had an insert set that was it was called Diamond Die Cut, and they had a bunch of players that you could unlock. One of the Diamond Die Cut inserts that were just you could only get in the Diamond giveaway program. And so it was just a program I was super into. I bought a ton of those value boxes. It turned out to be a really great time to buy a ton of those value boxes, as a lot of people I'm sure know. But basically, this is the card that you got, I believe, 3 2011 Topps update. I could be wrong on that. My memory, it's been so long, and my memory probably isn't all that great anymore. But I believe you got 3 2011 Topps update packs, and then you got I think it was 2 Bowman Chrome hobby packs, and then you got the 1 guaranteed Topps Diamond giveaway code card, and then you got one of these Bryce Harper Bowman Chrome insert cards that you could only get in the value boxes. And so there were 3 different variations that you could get. You could get this gold, which was the rarest, and then you could get the silver, which was obviously the second most rare, and then the most common one was this bronze Bryce Harper insert. And so I have a ton of these Bryce Harper value box insert cards, and I just, like I said, that's just a great memory of opening those boxes and getting those code cards, and it was just a cool time in my collecting career. So that's why that's number 2 on my list. All right, let's move on to number 1. Number 1 on my list, we have a 1962 Topps Harmon Killebrew. And so this is number 1 on my list for a few reasons. The biggest reason is 1962 Topps is the set that my dad collected. He went to the store and bought a bunch of packs of 1962 Topps when he was a kid. And so he had a bunch of 1962 Topps cards that he had collected out of those packs when he was a kid. And I remember him bringing those home. They had been in storage at my grandma and grandpa's house, and so I remember him getting those cards when I was little, and getting to see all those 1962 Topps cards. And he had a lot of the big names. You know, he had some Mickey Mantles in there, and some Hank Aaron's, and a lot of the big names in there. And so it was just awesome to me. It's a memory that I'll always have, be a memory that's important to me, of him bringing those cards home and getting to look through those 1962 Topps cards that he had collected when he was a kid. And so over the years, we've been working on completing the 1962 Topps set, and we've just kind of been buying cards here and there at card shows, and I've been buying some online on eBay for him, and so he's actually super close to finishing that set. I think he has about 20 cards left in the set, so it's been something that's been really cool for us, you know, because we've kind of been collecting the set together. Obviously it's his set, but it's been cool to be a part of it. And then the second reason that this card has meaning to me is I'm from Idaho, and Harmon Killebrew actually is from Idaho as well. And there aren't a ton of major leaguers, past major leaguers that are from Idaho. So I just think it's cool that Harmon Killebrew is from Idaho. I bought this card at a card show here locally quite a few years ago, but it was right after Harmon Killebrew passed away, and so there's always you'll always see Harmon Killebrew cards at the local card shows because he has a little bit of a following here because he's from Idaho, and so definitely right after he passed away, you would see a lot of Harmon Killebrew's cards at the local card shows, and so I picked this one up because it was a 62 tops, which has a lot of meaning to me because that's my dad's set, and then because Harmon's from Idaho. So that's the reason that's number one on my list. So yeah, a bunch of cards that I think are really awesome and have a lot of meaning to me. So I want to thank Silver Jackify for doing this epic giveaway. He's always doing these awesome epic giveaways, and I super enjoy his epic giveaways. I super enjoy watching his channel, and I want to also congratulate him on 12,000 subscribers. So that's awesome. So like I said, I just want to thank Silver Jackify for doing this awesome epic giveaway, and make sure that you guys are checking out my channel as well going forward. This is a good opportunity. Silver Jackify got me to make my first video, and I've had all these ideas for other videos that I've wanted to make over the past multiple months. So this got me to make my first video. So I'm gonna work on making some more videos. So keep an eye on my channel and keep a lookout for my future videos. All right, thanks everybody for watching. We'll talk to you later. Bye.